Alright guys, welcome to Vertigo Games' AMA for BlackShot Global. Now this is only for BlackShot Global, so if you're coming here for SEA will be later on, I guess tomorrow for you guys. So be ready for that. Jamal is back again, here with special guest Buffy.
Hello. Hi.
She is our German translator. She is our German GM. So she deals with most of the German community. So if you guys have questions or don't understand me, she'll be here to help you understand German. So welcome her to the stream.
I'll just say it in German so that people.
Yeah, go on.
Hi zusammen, falls ihr irgendwelche Fragen habt oder wenn ihr irgendwas nicht versteht und es euch lieber ist, es auf Deutsch zu sagen, ich bin hier, um euch zu helfen.
Alright, and you guys all know me, I'm GM Music. I've been on this BlackShot team for a lot of years, so I know a few of you, like Deep Shark, I see you in chat. So today, I have some big news that I want to get through. Last year we did another IMA, I had a lot of big news at that time, but my news today is blowing that completely out of the water. So be ready for that. We're also going to answer some hard-hitting questions from the community. Unfortunately, you guys don't ask enough community questions, so we don't have too many for Global, but we'll deal with all of the questions that Global has asked. And if you have any questions, feel free to leave them in the chat. We will answer all questions in chat. Personal questions, I will answer. Anything else about the game? Hell yeah, we'll answer.
And Hatnat is asking for good news. Oh,
wow, we got good news.
You bet.
So this part is going to be a little slow because it's going to be an introduction about stuff. I want it done both in English and German, so we're going to be taking it bit by bit. But please wait with us. When we get to the questions, it'll be a lot faster. So let's start off with BlackShot's history for last year. BlackShot had a great last year. We released around 3 or 4 different modes. A lot of them were successful. Domination, on the other hand, wasn't. But we took all of your feedback and we tried fixing Domination. Domination's still at a stable point, but it's not at the point that we want, so we're going to be working on Domination a little bit more. But free-for-all, you guys love that. Weapons race, you guys love that. So we'll be bringing more content to you guys in the near future. But now the big news. Before I get to that, let me get that translated.
Oh, so he's asking like why didn't you answer my application as a GM after 9 months? Did you receive it at all?
So again, as an employee at Vertigo Games, I don't deal with your GM applications because we have a team lead that deals with that. We only do GM recruitments at a specific wave. So if you've put your application now, we will take that application, save it for the next wave of applications that we do. At this time, we don't actually have a new wave coming to Global soon, but for SEA, we will have waves happening very soon for new Malaysian and Singaporean and SEA GMs. So be ready for that. Now, would you mind translating the history part that I just spoke of? If you need any help, I'll help you out.
Oh, okay. Also ganz kurz, um deine Frage zu beantworten. Es kann sein, dass du dich wahrscheinlich zu Zeiten beworben hast, in denen wir gerade nicht nach GMs gesucht haben. Wir suchen regelmäßig, aber sobald wir neue GMs brauchen, werden wir das auf jeden Fall bekannt geben und deine Bewerbung wird auf jeden Fall gespeichert werden und falls wir dann Leute benötigen, werden wir das dann nochmal nachschauen und dich eventuell kontaktieren. Aber du kannst gerne, sobald was Neues annonciert wird, kannst du dich gerne nochmal bewerben. Und um ganz kurz zu übersetzen, was Music gerade gesagt hat, wir haben ja jetzt im letzten Jahr einige Updates gehabt und 3 oder 4 neue Game-Modi herausgebracht. Domination war jetzt nicht so der Renner unter euch, aber gerade Free-for-All und Weapon Race sind Sachen, die ja ganz gut bei euch angekommen sind. Und ja, da freuen wir uns auf jeden Fall sehr darüber.
Ja, So again, there's been a lot of changes happening to BlackShot, but nothing that's changed BlackShot. So this year, we have a goal to change the way BlackShot's played. BlackShot, as you know, is a very old game. We just celebrated our 10-year anniversary in Global, and we celebrated our 8-year anniversary on Singapore, the SEA servers. Now, BlackShot has looked at itself and is ready for change. So we have listened to a lot of the community feedback on stuff, and we're really ready to bring you that change. One big change will come very soon. Within the next 3 months is going to be a huge change, and it's a change that we hope is done good. Like, we hope we did it well. It's been something that we've been working on for a long time, but we would always want your community feedback in regards to this huge change that's happening.
Do you want me to translate what you
Yes.
said? Okay. So, as
Go ahead.
wie ihr alle wisst, ist BlackShot ja ein sehr altes Game und dieses Jahr, beziehungsweise letztes Jahr, hatten wir unser 10-jähriges Jubiläum und sind da auf jeden Fall auch sehr, sehr stolz und sehr dankbar. Und mit all den Änderungen, die wir bringen, und es kommen auch noch mehr Änderungen, jetzt auch in den nächsten 3 Monaten wird euch ja was Großes erwarten, und sobald wir mehr Infos für euch haben, werden wir diese auf jeden Fall mit euch teilen. Und was uns natürlich auch ganz wichtig ist, bei allen Änderungen und allen neuen Aktualisierungen, die wir hinzufügen, ist euer Feedback. Das ist das Wichtigste für uns. Und wir versuchen auch immer, euer Feedback ernst zu nehmen, beziehungsweise wir nehmen es ernst, aber wir versuchen immer, das auch umzusetzen, so gut es geht. Deswegen, was immer auch kommt, wenn ihr Feedback habt, Anregungen, Ideen, das ist uns ganz wichtig, und bitte schickt es uns weiterhin, denn nur so können wir dann sicherstellen, dass wir das Game so gut wie möglich für euch gestalten können. Do you agree?
I agree. Oh yeah. Wish I knew German. So with these big changes, though, like the one that's happening in 2 months or 3 months, or in the next 3 months at least, with those changes, those are coming soon. But with the other changes, we still need time to work on them. We have a lot of changes that we want to bring. Needs a lot of development. But the thing is, the changes that we want to make, they are going to alter how BlackShot is played. So things might change and compromises might need to happen for these changes to happen. Right now, we're trying to isolate the best way of implementing these changes without affecting the community. But again, it's changes that we want to bring to the game, but it's just so hard to bring into the game because the game's been running for 10 years, and these changes are going to change up the core mechanics of the game. If you could translate that.
Yeah, I was just
Reading the chat.
So, was er gerade gesagt hat, also es wird ständig neue Änderungen geben, und dass wir natürlich auch stark daran arbeiten, das Game zu verbessern, stetig. Und mit dem nächsten großen Update, was demnächst kommt, es wird sehr viele Änderungen bringen. Es wird doch die Art und Weise, wie BlackShot gespielt wird ein ganz anderes Licht darauf werfen und wird ein ganz anderes Spielerlebnis sein. Deswegen könnt ihr da auf jeden Fall drauf gespannt sein. Just to shortly translate what he said, he said that he noticed that certain achievements are not working and that there's a lot of bugs to be corrected, like the chat bug, and are we going to work on that?
So now, with any bugs about the achievements, we actually want to hear all of those bugs. So leave them in the technical discussions inside of the forums, because if we see a bug with the achievements, we need to resolve it. So give me those bugs whenever you can on the forums. I'm not going to be able to keep the bugs here because the stream goes by very fast, so I'm not going to be able to see all the bugs. Now the chat bug. The chat bug is something that we hope to resolve with the new changes coming to BlackShot, because some of the changes change out how the game runs. It's little hints. So those changes will come in the future, but the chat bug at this time is not going to be solved at this time. You can translate that.
Wenn ihr, es ist uns ganz wichtig, dass ihr alle Bugs, die euch auffallen, dass ihr die uns reportet. Am besten ist es, wenn ihr das übers Forum macht. Wir möchten jeden einzelnen Bug wissen. Das ist uns ganz wichtig, denn nur so können wir sicherstellen, dass diese auch behoben werden. Nochmals, wie gesagt, am besten übers Forum. Denn hier ist es ein bisschen schwierig, alles zu koordinieren, da wir sehr viele Fragen erhalten und probieren, diese so schnell wie möglich zu beantworten. Mit dem Chatbug, da wird auf jeden Fall versucht, dass wir das mit dem nächsten großen Update beheben. In der nahen Zukunft. Momentan ist es ein bisschen schwierig, wir arbeiten aber daran und wir sind uns dessen auch bewusst. Aber ja, wir sind dran, das zu lösen. Oh, frohes neues Jahr, dir auch. He wishes a happy new year.
Oh, happy new year to you too. How do you say it in German?
Frohes neues Jahr.
Frohes neues Jahr?
Almost.
Okay, that was horrible. I'm so sorry if I offended
No,
people.
it was fine. Es war nicht so schlecht, ne?
It's always good to try new languages and try to communicate, so. Now, with this being said, I want to wrap up a little bit of the introduction of what's going to happen in the future. So, all these changes are going to happen in the future. They're all big. They're all going to happen in global and SEA. And as you guys know, we did bring in SEA to Papaya Play so Vertigo Games could work on SEA themselves. We want to bring the games together again. Unfortunately, there is not going to be a merge of Global and SEA. Global and SEA are two different games. They have been published by too many developers in the past. I mean, too many publishers in the past that have not had consistency. So bringing them together now is just going to cause a lot of issues for both Global and SEA. So we will do that in the future.
Momentan, es haben einige von euch gefragt, ob wir die Global und SEA Server zusammenbringen werden. Momentan ist es noch nicht möglich, da es eventuell große Schwierigkeiten bereiten könnte, was wir natürlich nicht möchten. Wir möchten allerdings daran arbeiten, dass wir beide Communities näher zusammenbringen. Aber eben dadurch, dass auf den beiden Servern das Game von jeweils verschiedenen Publishern eben herausgebracht wurde, ist es ein bisschen schwierig momentan, aber wir arbeiten daran, dass das in naher Zukunft mit einem weiteren großen Update vielleicht umgesetzt werden kann.
Alright, now with all that being said,
that's an important question.
Before. Now let's get into the AMA part of this section of the stream. We'll start off with some questions from the chat, but we do have some questions also saved up that we have to answer. So let's start with Epics. Again, you wanted to start with this stuff.
So he went. Thank you. So he wants to know why it's not possible to get permanent weapons and items, but it's possible to do so in SEA.
Yes. So permanent weapons and items don't match what our game, the kind of model of our game. Permanent weapons also that were released in SEA are probably very, very not. Let's say SEA did it improperly, in my opinion. Play One Asia did it improperly, not SEA. SEA developer is fine, but Play One Asia did it improperly. They released a lot of the very, very OP weapons for permanent. The reason that we don't launch anything permanent is because we need player feedback on when we release weapons, because we need to balance those weapons. But now with everyone having them permanently, it takes us, we have to resolve the issue as soon as possible, because they're gonna have it forever, right? Right now, when we release items, we put them in the glow box, and then we let people get maybe one or two of them, and then we give it out. Like, some people win it for 999 days. That's good, but it's not the whole community that wins it for 999 days. So we have time to balance the guns. But if we give it out for permanent, then we would have to balance it right away, because, again, like, when I think it was the AK-47 Project Dragon was one of the first weapons that they released for permanent, and that weapon is very OP. And as you see, we haven't had it in global for a long time because it needs balance. So we will be releasing it, but again, permanent is off the table. We won't be doing that in the near future. It could be a thing that we do once we do the balance of the whole game.
That was a lot of information.
It was a lot of information.
Es ist, also momentan, die Schwierigkeiten, die wir darin sehen, ist eben, dass viele dieser permanenten Waffen, die es in SEA gibt, sind eben overpowered. Und unserer Meinung nach würde das auf jeden Fall die Balance im Game stören. Und uns ist auch wichtig, dass wir bringen ja regelmäßig neue Waffen heraus und das machen wir, weil wir auch weil uns euer Feedback auch wichtig ist und somit können wir das dann immer auch bestens dann abstimmen und aktualisieren. Wenn zum Beispiel eine Waffe nicht gut ankommt, dann ist es einfacher, diese zu entfernen, als als wie wenn diese permanent im Inventar sind, weil du kannst ja nicht einfach wegnehmen und deswegen, es kommt auch immer darauf an, wie das Gameplay ist und ja, wir möchten eben eine gute Balance eben auch haben und zum Beispiel auch die eine Waffe, die wir permanent haben, die erste, die wir jemals hatten, ist die AK-47 Dragon und ja, die ist ja auch, wie man sieht, sehr OP und das hat dann auch so ein paar Diskrepanzen geführt, aber es ist nicht ausgeschlossen, dass wir das in naher Zukunft einführen werden, aber dazu werden wir euch, sobald es Neuigkeiten gibt, natürlich auf dem Laufenden halten. Ich hoffe, das beantwortet die Frage einigermaßen.
Alright, before we get to some more of the questions in the chat, I would like to get one of the important questions that have been asked inside of our forums and our Facebook. So, first one is, I didn't want to answer this one because I wanted to answer it later on in the day because it's related to Brazil and it's related to BlackShot SEA. And as I stated in the poster, this is only for German players and this is only for the global server. But I'll answer this question also. Any news about the server for Brazil on BlackShot SEA? Again, I've stated this and we've been very clear. BlackShot Brazil servers on SEA will probably not happen anytime in the future, but we are looking to help BlackShot players that are playing from Brazil in SEA to move to global. That project is ongoing. We're still working on it. We've looked at a lot of solutions. A lot of problems happen with a lot of solutions. One big problem is BlackShot Global has never had permanent weapons. It's not in our database. So if we merged all the data from SEA, the permanent weapons would actually break your account, so you would not be able to play with your account. So there's a lot of things that we have to resolve before we can bring you guys into BlackShot Global. Because again, BlackShot Global has Brazilian servers that are in Brazil. Like there's no peer-to-peer. It's in Brazil. These servers are premium servers in Brazil. You will be able to play, and it'll be better for your experience to play in global. So with that being said, Buffy! Oh my god. Buffy! Can you translate?
So, ja,
Almost fumbled.
Es wurde ja schon öfter mal gefragt, ob es möglich ist, die brasilianischen Server in die SEA oder Global?
SEA, Brazil.
In die SEA-Server zusammenzubringen. Das ist momentan auch noch nicht möglich, eben weil es diese verschiedenen auch Waffen gibt und das könnte einige Systemschwierigkeiten hervorrufen und das möchten wir auf jeden Fall vermeiden. Deswegen ist es momentan noch nicht möglich, aber wie gesagt, in der Zukunft, je nachdem, wie gewisse Probleme auch gelöst werden können, ist es eventuell möglich, aber momentan noch nicht.
Cool. Alright.
Just trying to,
get all the information I'm speaking.
Yeah.
Oh, believe me, when Tranquilis was here and he was trying to translate, he hated me because I spoke so much information that he had to try to translate.
Like if I had known that, I would have brought all my my notes
Notepad
and work as a interpreter and just like, oh, okay.
Well, I guess we'll have some tips to give Snow when it is his turn.
Yes.
All right, let me go back into chat, answer some of your questions in chat. Like right now, one question was, I saw this, will there be an option to fly flags in BlackShot SEA? Wait, why is there SEA questions?
That's going on later.
That's going on later, but the simple answer is it's something that I want to bring to SEA, but it hasn't been done in the past, so it has to be developed. Development takes time. Also, bringing back special teams, we do have a special team, and it's the GM team. It's our external team comprised of players. So if you want to take part, make a GM application and wait for our next wave of applicants. Now let's go into something that's not SEA related. This one looks global.
We already talked about.
Perfect. I wish I knew German. All right, so if you're out to balance the weapons in the game, why are new weapons released with each update that are even worse than the ones we already have considered OP? Okay, so this goes into development cycles. Because a lot of the weapons that have been released are considered OP, we're now, every single time that we make weapons, the bar is here, and when we make a new weapon, the bar might raise a little bit, and then the development team has to try to make weapons at that bar so that the guns still feel like they're part of the game, because if this one's OP, then people are going to use that game, the weapon. We want this weapon to also be used to be considered good. It's a problem that we had with balancing, because if we're all trying to get to this level and we go a little bit over, then the next one's going to go a little bit over, and then over and over and over. So we know that that has been the problem. And we are looking to do some weapon balancing. As you saw in SEA, we had to do some weapon balancing. Actually, we didn't. Play One Asia did with us, because Vertigo Games does develop BlackShot. So we did some weapon balancing there, but we still have more plans for more weapon balancing in the future, just so that we can get that bar across the board for all weapons, so everyone can play with whatever weapon they actually have fun with. For like me, I love my scars and I love my AUGs. So right now there's not a really good AUG, but Scar, I guess I have the Scar Arum to fight with, so I have some options, but I want more options, right? So
I like the AK-47. It's like my all-time favorite. Always has been. Always will be.
AK is German, right?
No, I think it's Russian.
Is it Russian?
Russian.
I think, yeah, it might be Russian. It might be Russian. But
Kalashnikov.
but you got the HKs. The HKs.
Yeah.
The Helen,
Heckler and Koch.
Heckler and Koch.
They're German AF, yeah.
Mm-hmm. You can start translating that one. Balance.
Yeah. I'm sorry.
So what I talked about was why the balance is changing, why when we release new weapons, they're trying to balance with the last one, but even if they're a little bit over, they go up.
Ja, das Problem ist mit dieser Weapon Balance, mit dem Waffenausgleich ist, es ist schwierig, ein Gleichgewicht herzustellen, weil sobald man eine Waffe ausgleicht, ist diese wiederum stärker als die andere, und das führt dann zu noch mehr Diskrepanzen sozusagen, und deswegen ist es etwas, was auch stetig dann auch gemacht wird, damit eben damit es gleichmäßig und fair angepasst werden kann.
Alright, and I'm guessing that German was amazing, right? You guys have to thank Buffy for taking her time out to help us with this stream. We want to support the German community, we want to support the Brazilian community, and we want to support the SEA community and the global community in general. So we have internal translators for a few languages, so I'm loving that she took her time out to help us with these streams. So thank you. Now, with that being said, let's get to some more questions in the chat. Avitus I believe I have been helping you on Discord, and I believe this is an SEA question, but feel free to translate.
Okay. Well, he's saying, oh, you're looking like you want good feedback from users, and he says that he's been ignored for like 7 days from the support, and so apparently he sent an inquiry. So
yeah, I'm pretty sure. Then if that's the case, if that's what he's saying, pretty sure I have talked to you on Discord. With that being said, and I'm pretty sure you're an SEA player, if I remember correctly about your situation, the SEA support is lacking right now. We don't have a really stable team. They're all new members, so we are training them. They are slow. I wish I could say that they are amazing at tickets at this time, but they're learning. Give them time. We will be looking for more employees in the future. Once these have the basic information to start doing tickets, we'll start training new ones. We are looking for internal staff. So if you're in Canada and you're in the western side of Canada and you are Malaysian, hit us up.
Um ganz kurz seine Frage zu beantworten. Erstmal tut es uns leid, dass du so lange schon warten musst. Music meinte, er ist sich nicht ganz sicher, ob du vielleicht, er glaubt, er hat schon mit dir gesprochen, er ist sich nicht ganz sicher, ob du vielleicht ein SEA-Player bist. Falls dies der Fall ist, entschuldigen wir uns natürlich, dass der Support für die SEA-Angelegenheiten noch etwas, ja, noch nicht ganz so geschmeidig läuft, sozusagen, weil das Team neu ist, die Leute sind teilweise auch noch neu. Und wir arbeiten natürlich daran, dass wir die Leute so schnell wie möglich eingearbeitet bekommen können. Und falls ihr in Vancouver seid, vorzugsweise an der Westküste und Malay sprecht, dann nur her damit. Aber wir geben uns, also wir werden auf jeden Fall uns deinem Anliegen nochmal reinschauen und hoffen, dass wir dir so schnell wie möglich helfen können.
All right. One thing I should actually acknowledge right now that, again, we are Vertigo staff. We don't have access to any of the tools that the support team is using right now. So any personal, like your account specific problems, we won't be able to solve here. This is not for specific users. This is more of the community. We're answering questions the community wanted to hear and stuff like that. So unfortunately, CSGO agent, I cannot change your password at this time. You would have to contact the support team, and the support team will look into your situation and change your password. There is a recover password function on the website that you can hit, and yeah, so check it out. Try to resolve it yourself. If you can't, hit up our support team. That doesn't need to be in German because he's speaking English. So. Now, there was one question that I saw in here about the switch bug, and I do have that question also from the forums. So let's talk a little about the switch bug. Be ready for a lot of information. So the weapon switch bug is a huge problem. And the thing is, we caused the problem because we tried to solve another issue. We don't want to do that again. We don't want to solve a bug by putting a bug into the game. So that's why it's taking us a lot longer to solve this issue. This weapon switching bug, this quick scoping bug, whatever you want to call it, was in part to the resolution of people switching their weapons, and then on the kill feed they were getting the wrong weapon in the kill feed. So we resolved that issue, and then it accidentally put this weapon switch issue in. So there is a lot of development that have been put into trying to resolve this issue. I've been talking with our QA team, our development team about this issue. So don't worry, we know about the issue. We are trying to solve it. We just want to make sure that it's not going to cause any issues in the future. The problem is in regards to latency, which is very hard to recreate because latency is so different, so many different regions. So be patient on this. Again, it's not being put away into the corner. We're looking at it all the time. It's just a lot of work to try to solve this, just to make sure it's a solve that affects everyone?
Mit dem der Weapon Switch Bug ist ein großes Problem. Und leider ist es dadurch entstanden, dass wir hatten versucht, wir wollten einen anderen Bug beheben und dadurch ist dann dieser Weapon Switch Bug entstanden. Das heißt, es ist ein Bug, den wir sozusagen erstellt haben. Und das wurde auch schon sehr oft weitergeleitet und wir sind gerade auch noch immer am Versuchen, diesen Bug zu beheben. Hat sich leider herausgestellt, dass es ein bisschen schwieriger ist als zunächst erwartet und deswegen gehen wir da auch ein bisschen vorsichtiger an die Sache heran, weil wir natürlich nicht, wir möchten, also unter gar keinen Umständen möchten wir nochmal einen neuen Bug herstellen, indem wir versuchen, diesen zu beheben. Deswegen dauert das leider noch ein bisschen. Aber ja, also es tut uns auf jeden Fall leid und wir hoffen, dass das so schnell wie möglich behoben werden kann und ja, hoffen, dass das nicht nochmal passiert.
Oh man, there's so many questions. Okay, I'll go with a simple question because we've had a lot of hard questions. Are you guys GMs or what? So, as I said in the beginning, I am GM music, not really a GM. I just put GM music because it's something that you guys can relate with. But I'm part of the operation side of BlackShot. I deal with a lot of the ongoing events. I do a lot of the ongoing stuff. I plan, organize, stuff like that. And this is our German consultant / translator / wizard / figurehead / a lot of things. She does a lot of things right now. And her name is Buffy. And she's been helping BlackShot a long time. You're one of the oldest employees compared, like with me, you, a few other employees here. She's been here a long time, so she knows the community. And she gives us a lot of great advice on a lot of the German events that's going on. Feel free to translate.
Da war eine Frage kam auf, ob wir GMs sind. Und Music meinte dann, dass wir zwar den Titel GM vor unserem Namen stehen haben, einfach nur, damit es einfacher ist für euch, zu klassifizieren, was wir eigentlich sind. Eigentlich, wir sind schon auch GMs, aber größtenteils, der größte Bereich unserer Aufgaben fällt auf jeden Fall ins Operations und alles, was im Hintergrund vor sich geht. Und größtenteils meine Aufgaben sind Übersetzen und alles Mögliche, was mit dem deutschsprachigen Raum zu tun hat. Und ja.
Okay, so yeah, that's us. We are Vertigo employees. We work in office. I see the question, are you in an apartment or are you in a Vertigo office? Right now we're in the actual meeting room of the office, which is the smallest thing in the office.
Yeah.
They have stuck us in here because we are loud and obnoxious. No, but because we are doing the stream, we don't want to take anyone's time and effort. We want them to work on BlackShot and whatever game they're working on, and we don't want to distract them. So we are hidden inside of the meeting room. Not really happy about that. Feel free to translate.
Eine Frage, die von euch aufkam, war, ob wir denn momentan im Vertigo Office sind oder ob wir irgendwo in einer Wohnung sind. Wir sind tatsächlich im offiziellen Vertigo Games Büro. Verstecken uns hier momentan im Meetingraum, welcher komischerweise der kleinste Raum ist, den wir zur Verfügung haben. Der Grund ist, wir möchten unsere Kollegen, die an anderen Projekten und an anderen Games arbeiten, natürlich nicht stören mit unserer übermäßigen Euphorie hier. Deswegen, aber alles echt und ja.
Alright, so I'm going to step away from chat for a little bit to answer some of the follow-up questions that are still coming, that have come in from the forums. Just because, again, those people have left their wanting answers. This video is going to go live for everyone to see so they can get their answers later on. So now we are going to go with number 3, that does the company have any tools to prevent or ban macro users from the game? Now, this is a very, very, very heavy topic. Macros have been plaguing our game for a long time, and we've always been working on solutions for macros. So right now, again, the development team is aware. We are aware in the operations team as well of macro uses, which is not being classified as hacks, so they're not being banned by BattleLab. But we are looking at every macro report, stuff like that. We are going through their history and trying to resolve if they are hackers or not. I mean, macro users or not. So we are banning them, but preventing them is on the development side, and they're still working on solutions for it. If you have any ideas of solutions, write a full report, put in the technical, put it somewhere that I can find, and I will transfer all of that information to the development team to help them resolve this issue. Because we have been looking at it for a long time, and I honestly think at this time the community is very smart people. Maybe we can come with a solution together. Translation?
Ja,
That's a lot of information, I know.
ja, wir probieren jetzt, uns den Fragen zu widmen, die einige von euch im Voraus hinterlassen haben. Deswegen eine Frage, die auch ganz wichtig ist, wurde gestellt, und zwar, ob wir Möglichkeiten oder Tools haben, um das Nutzen von Makros zu verhindern. Makros sind ein großes Problem in-game, war es schon immer. Das Problem ist, dass diese von unserem Programm BattleEye nicht als Hack erkannt werden, und deswegen werden die Spieler dann auch nicht automatisch gebannt. Und natürlich, sobald wir einen Bericht erhalten und diesen prüfen und verifizieren können, dass dieser bestimmte User ein Makro benutzt hat, werden diese auch gebannt. Aber diese Bans sind natürlich dann auch nur teilweise temporär und je nach Schwierigkeitsgrad auch permanent. Aber dass es momentan noch keine Möglichkeit gibt, das Nutzen von Makros zu verhindern. Das Entwicklerteam, unser IT-Team, schaut bereits danach und guckt nach Lösungen, ob es vielleicht irgendwie eine Möglichkeit gibt. Demnach sind wir natürlich jederzeit dankbar, wenn euch was auffällt im Game, wenn ihr einen Spieler seht, der Makros benutzt, schickt uns einen Report und wir kümmern uns dann darum, so gut es geht.
Perfect, that was perfect.
I know, right?
I know, I love that I can understand that.
Just because you understood some terms because I use English words.
Yep. I'm trying to figure out, like, I can understand a little bit Korean now, still need to work on the German. You need to start speaking to people in German, but we have no one else in the office, but if I can hear it, I might be able to learn it.
Yeah.
With that being said, I have to blast through a lot of these questions because we're almost at time up. I'm going to give it a little more. I'm going to give it 50 more because we did end up coming on later than expected. So I'm going to give 50 more minutes, but we're supposed to be ending in 3 minutes. So I'll try to answer as many questions as I can in these 3 minutes. God, I was hoping to have more personality in this stream, but there's no time for that.
Ja. Wir müssen jetzt leider ein bisschen durch die Fragen uns sputen, da wir nicht mehr so viel Zeit haben, und natürlich möchten wir so viele Fragen wie möglich beantworten, aber es sind sehr viele Fragen aufgekommen, deswegen müssten wir uns leider jetzt beeilen. Aber ja, da wir ein bisschen später angefangen haben, werden wir dann noch jetzt weitere 15 Minuten circa hier sein, um die Fragen zu beantworten, und ja, right on.
Alright, I'm gonna get through all the forum questions because they're the ones that people are gonna be actually looking at when we release it on the forums. So let me go through these. We'll bang out all these and I'll get to your questions in the chat if we have time. Another question: complaints about our GM team. BlackShot TV. I hope you're listening right now because I see you in chat. They're playing with OP weapons and closing rooms when they get hit. Okay, so the closing rooms when they get hit, I don't believe that at all. I've seen and I've played with all of the GM team. I trust them a lot. Playing with OP weapons, we do that a lot.
Just because we can.
It's because we can. Again, if you guys have any problems with that, just let them know. Maybe they'll change up their mind. We do make sure that we try to have a fair game all the time. Our GM events that we do, we make sure to put those rules in for you guys, such as no special characters and stuff like that. We put those rules in for you guys, but we also put the rules so that they can't be OP cheaters. GM team. I'm looking at you. Feel free to try.
Es gab, also eine Frage war eine Beschwerde über das GM-Team, in dem behauptet wird, dass wir mit OP-Weapons spielen und den Raum sofort schließen, sobald einer von uns gekillt wird. Also wir haben sehr großes Vertrauen in unsere GMs und ja, demnach denken wir nicht, dass die GMs einfach so den Raum schließen. Ja? Warum wir mit OP-Waffen spielen, ist ja, warum nicht? Weil wir es können, sozusagen. Aber gerade bei gewissen GM-Events, auch das, was wir letztens hatten, haben wir auch gewisse Regeln gesetzt und haben uns auch daran gehalten und möchten natürlich nicht, dass gewisse Spieler ja, etwas tun, was nicht erwünscht ist.
As you can see, BlackShot Global TV is one of our GMs. I'm not going to state who he is, unless he wants to state who he is, but he's already calling out who you guys think it is. Going on with some of the questions, because we have a lot of questions to get through in the next few minutes. I'm going to put these two together. So players are asking if they can have an open communications channel with VGA, and is it possible to have periodical meetings with VGA members to express their demands from the community. So I'm going to put these together. I'm always on Discord. I read your Discord all the time. I'm always in. A lot of you have actually seen me in Discord. I talk a lot in Discord. I might be a Vertigo Games member, but I also have done community management in the past, and I'm very good at understanding the community and expressing their concerns. So with this being said, we do have open communications. All of your tickets, all of your feedback, everything that you do is communicated to us by the GM team, and we also monitor it ourselves. So don't worry, all your communications are going through. We understand that you guys are very upset about a lot of things. It's just with this game, we have one team to resolve every problem. So we're working on a lot of the solutions. As you saw when we had the problem with the cheating with hack tools, what was the old cheat that we had? Sign code. We knew we had to get rid of sign code and then move into battle line. So we have seen improvements, and we're looking for more improvements. So
Was it sign code?
it was sign code for a little bit, and then it went to another one, and then it went to end protect, right? Is end protect after? Yeah. Game guard, end protect. Yes.
Game guard. Yeah, I remember. Yeah.
Yeah. So
I was looking for the name.
Yeah. So.
Eine Frage aus der Community, und zwar einige von euch wünschen sich einen offenen Channel, um mit dem VGA-Team regelmäßig kommunizieren zu können und auch regelmäßig Meetings mit den GMs oder mit den Angestellten von VGA zu haben. Ihr könnt jederzeit eure Anliegen, eure Fragen, eure Kritik, was auch immer, könnt ihr uns jederzeit über alle unsere Plattformen schicken. Wir werden, also das können wir euch versprechen, dass jedes Ticket, jede E-Mail, jeder Beitrag, alles wird gelesen. Es kann manchmal sein, dass es etwas dauert, diese zu beantworten, aber gerade auch Music ist ja sehr aktiv auf Discord und beantwortet auch viele eurer Fragen dort, und deswegen, es ist uns ganz wichtig, dass alle Fragen beantwortet werden können. Nur es ist ein großes Spiel mit sehr vielen Spielern, und wir verstehen auch, dass es einige Sachen gibt, die euch ein bisschen ja, über die ihr nicht ganz so glücklich seid, immer her damit, immer raus damit und wir gucken alle danach, dass wir das so schnell wie möglich beantwortet kriegen.
Alright, sorry, I'm laughing about some other stuff. So I'm gonna skip over one question that came from the forums because I honestly don't have an answer that would be beneficial for you guys. I'm gonna give you something that's me kind of pushing it away because I don't have an answer. So I'm not gonna give an answer at this time. Let me look at it more because it's the first time I've actually looked at this kind of stuff. Let me look at it more and then I'll give you a solid answer in the future. But I'll give the question that was asked, and the question is there any planning for continuation of esports events on the game? And I'm pretty sure this is an SEA related question because SEA had real, like IRL, like in real life tournaments for BlackShot in SEA, where people would gather at a LAN cafe, have the tournament, there was cash prizes and stuff like that. Again, that's something I have to think about because we just brought in SEA, so it's something that has to be discussed with the team. It's a lot of planning, it's a lot of organization. I can't give you an honest answer at this time. Garena also did it, yes, Garena did it also. Play One took over and continued it. But if Play One wants to do something like that, I mean, if Papaya needs to do something like that, it's a lot more work because we are not located in Southeast Asia at this time. So it's something that we'll discuss as a company, but I can't give you any answers at this time because it hasn't had any discussions happen yet. So please translate that.
Es kam die Frage auf, ob es denn auch zukünftig E-Sports-Events geben wird im Game. Und höchstwahrscheinlich kommt diese Frage von einem SEA-Spieler. Momentan können wir dazu noch nichts sagen, was unsere Server angeht. Da... What did you say?
I can't really just talk about
Oh
it.
ja, momentan können wir dazu auch noch keine Infos geben, da noch keine Diskussionen dazu stattgefunden haben und es auch momentan etwas schwierig ist, das umzusetzen. Und ja, leider gibt es dazu noch keine Infos, aber vielleicht irgendwann mal später.
I'm really, you don't need to translate this, but I do apologize that I can't answer this question. I pride myself on being able to answer questions. This one, it's really not up to me. It's up to the whole company, and it's something that we all have to discuss. So, can we have more BP stuff rather than BSC? Okay, so now in regards to this question, there's a lot of changes coming into BlackShot. As I stated, there's a lot of changes coming in. The BP and BSC thing is up for discussion. We are trying to figure out the best way of doing it. So right now, a lot of the stuff will be BSC because they're too OP to be BP, unfortunately. We could make them absurd BP prices, but again, it'll be too wide, like everyone will get it, and it's too OP. So I know I'm saying it's pay to win, but that's how the system was created. So until the balance happens, it will still have to happen like pay to win. So unfortunately, but we try. Like I optimize everything as much as I can to lessen the pay to win aspect.
Eine Frage, die auch sehr oft und sehr häufig aufkommt, ist, warum es denn nicht mehr BP-Artikel oder Waffen gibt und alles meistens nur mit BSC erwerbbar ist. Ja, das Problemchen hierbei ist nämlich, dass viele dieser BP-Waffen ja einfach OP sind, beziehungsweise andersrum. Und ja.
Yeah, I know, it's a difficult thing to talk about. Now, with this being said, this you don't need to translate. With this being said, that's one of the reasons that we need to change BlackShot and we need to make changes. It's because we see the model, it used to be acceptable. I don't think it's acceptable anymore. So we need to change it. We need to change the game. Every year the industry grows, BlackShot needs to grow with it. So we will be growing. And now I'll get back to the last question, and I'm gonna combine three questions into one, because they're all the same question. Can I have? Can I have? Can I have? So can we have the skin color back? You will have the skin color back. That's something that I've pushed for a long time. I've been here for 2 years, and I've pushed it for 2 years. So that's coming back, but that has to happen with the changes, because the changes are going to affect how the skin color works. So you'll have to wait for that. It's going to be a little wait, a few months. Okay, it's going to be a while. I'm not going to say a few months. It's going to be a while, but it is coming. It's on the pipeline. It's coming with the big changes. Can we have the old skins back? No. Straight up no. I'm not going to give you a reason either, but you guys, the old skins were removed because they're old. They don't represent how the weapon looks now and how the weapon functions now. We want to improve the game. We don't want it to be stagnant. So we always will be improving visuals, and we will always improve how everything looks and stuff like that. And then I guess visuals. Can we have future Brazilian weapons? For discussion, we've had a lot of Brazilian items that we have sent to the development team. So they have it in the pipeline. Like, they have a bunch of weapons that they're already trying to create. So it's in that kind of rotation of weapons. So don't worry, there is weapons for Brazil coming in the future. I don't know when. Could be next month, could be 2 years, but they're in that pool of items that can be created.
Die letzten drei Fragen haben wir jetzt, kombinieren wir jetzt mal kurz. Und zwar eine Frage ist, ob wir die Skin Colors zurückbringen. Ob wir sie zurückbringen? Ja, auf jeden Fall. Da ist Music schon seit 2 Jahren dran, das auf jeden Fall durchzusetzen. Das ist ihnen sehr wichtig, dass das wieder zurückgebracht wird. Und wir hoffen, dass das so schnell und so bald wie möglich auch geschehen kann. Dann die alten Skins für die AK-47, ob wir diese zurückbringen? Ganz klare Antwort, nein. Können wir leider nicht machen. Und von den brasilianischen Spielern gab es teilweise Fragen, ob wir dann planen, mehr brasilianische Artikel oder Waffen zu haben. Und auch das ist momentan in Bearbeitung. Ist uns auch ganz wichtig, dass das auch hoffentlich bald umgesetzt wird. Leider können wir jetzt nicht sagen, wie lange das dauern wird. Es kann sein, dass es nur eine Sache ist von ein paar Wochen oder Monaten. Aber es ist auf jeden Fall in Bearbeitung, ist auf jeden Fall geplant.
You know what I've noticed? We're both wearing black.
I always wear black.
Yeah, I always do too, but representing BlackShot in the stream.
Damn, yeah.
So that's all of the forum questions. Thank God we're done with those. We'll answer some more community questions in the chat. Unfortunately, we have 3 minutes left. But before we go into that, this is one of 3 streams. If you want to stay up for the next ones, we will be having another one in... Oh my God, it's in 2 hours. I gotta get ready for... Okay, in 2 hours we'll have another one. Oh man.
A long day for you.
It's gonna be a long day for me. I will be back, this time with our Brazilian translator. He will be my special guest. He will be here translating for Brazil so that we can answer some Brazilian questions, because I know there's a lot of Brazilians here like, I'm so frustrated, I can't explain my questions. Don't worry, we'll have a Brazilian coming in to answer all your questions. But with that being said, I would like to thank again Buffy for coming out to help the German stream. Thank you very much. Now let's get on with the last few questions.
Wir beantworten jetzt noch schnell ein paar Fragen in den wenigen Minuten, die wir haben. Wenn ihr noch ein bisschen wach bleiben wollt und noch ein paar mehr Fragen beantwortet haben möchtet und gespannt seid, was auch die anderen Spieler zu fragen haben, dann könnt ihr gerne noch dranbleiben, denn in 2 Stunden gibt es den nächsten Stream, der dann hauptsächlich für die brasilianischen Spieler gilt. Aber wenn ihr neugierig seid, dann schaut einfach rein.
All right, let's go with this one because it's another. We've already answered this question, but I'll answer it again. Why BlackShot and SEA and Global are not fused to one BlackShot? Again, it's something that we want to do in the future, but how it was handled in the past by different publishers, BlackShot Global and BlackShot SEA, well, you guys can't even see my hands. BlackShot Global and BlackShot SEA are two different games. Really, there's a lot of things that are different, such as weapons, weapons release, damage of weapons, kind of durations of weapons, how the game rewarded players, stuff like that. The games are not the same, and it doesn't do justice to any game to be merged at this time, because some global players are going to have some advantages, and SEAs are going to have some advantages. If right now it's not a balanced system, it can't be merged properly. With that being said, it is something that we're discussing in the future. Maybe with the big update, we'll do something like that. But at this time, it's not going to happen. It is something that we apologize for, but it's something that it just can't be helped.
Eine sehr beliebte und häufig gestellte Frage, die wir vorhin schon beantwortet haben, aber wir beantworten diese jetzt nochmal. Warum BlackShot Global und SEA denn nicht zusammengeführt werden. Das Problemchen hierbei ist, dass es einfach nicht möglich ist, weil sich beide Spiele durch die verschiedenen Herausgeber in zwei komplett verschiedene Games entwickelt haben und Richtungen entwickelt haben, so dass ein Zusammenschluss momentan gar nicht möglich wäre, weil es verschiedene Waffen gibt, die sind verschieden, haben verschiedene Dauer. Und ja, es würde einfach eine komplette Imbalance herstellen. Und bevor das möglich ist, wir haben es vor in der Zukunft und wir hoffen, dass das irgendwann auch mal wirklich gemacht werden kann. Aber momentan ist es leider einfach nicht möglich. Und ja, wir möchten natürlich nicht, dass gewisse Global-Spieler oder Spieler auf dem Global Service Server einen Vorteil haben, und wir möchten auch nicht, dass die SEA-Spieler einen Vorteil haben. Wir möchten, dass alle gleiches Spielerlebnis haben und dass es fair ist, und deswegen, bis das gelöst werden kann, können wir die Server leider noch nicht zusammenschließen, aber wer weiß, was die Zukunft bringt. Wir hoffen drauf.
All right, one last question. Let's go with a German one. Someone said my name. Any other German questions that are there that we need to answer? No, looks like we're good. What is this one?
What about the gift system?
Oh, what about the gift system? Okay, yeah, I'll answer that as the last one. The gift system was taken out of the game a long time ago, for global at least. Because it needed to be fine-tuned. It was inciting a lot of, let's say, illicit activities by a lot of the community members that we don't want to happen. So we have removed that. And it's going to be, it might be brought back, it might not, depending on if we can find suitable solutions to the variables that we've seen that have happened by a few community members that have abused it in the past. So it is something that we could discuss internally, and you guys can give us feedback about it, but we don't have a solid answer for that yet.
Das Giftsystem ist, als wir das hatten, ist es vor einiger Zeit mehr oder weniger von gewissen Spielern, ich sag mal, ausgenutzt worden, und deswegen haben wir die Maßnahme einfach treffen müssen, es zu entfernen. Und eventuell kommt es noch zurück, aber das hängt ganz davon ab, ob wir eine Lösung dazu finden können, dass das nicht nochmal passiert.
All right, guys. It's been really fun, but I need to give the conference room back to the company because it's a company conference room. So with that being said, thank you guys for watching. It was a great experience. I love these questions. We'll do another one in 2 hours, so don't worry. You can come back with your questions later if I haven't answered them. I'll be here with a Brazilian GM called Snow. He will be my special guest. Make sure to follow our Discord. our Facebook, well, you can follow our Twitter. It doesn't have too much activity on it, but follow our Twitter. Make sure to always watch our Facebook for any activity because we use that as our updates for everything. So follow that. Twitch, I would love you to follow, but we don't do this often, so get ready. What's that?
I think he wants to go.
Alright.
Ja, danke auf jeden Fall fürs Zuschauen, fürs Einschalten und für all die vielen Fragen. Wir haben versucht, so viele wie möglich davon zu beantworten. Ja, hätte es so gern. Und in 2 Stunden, beziehungsweise, ja doch, in 2 Stunden gibt es einen weiteren Stream mit dem Special Guest Snow, der sich der brasilianischen Community widmen wird. Und ja, folgt uns auf Facebook, folgt uns auf Twitter, auf Discord, um immer schön auf dem Laufenden zu bleiben. Und ja, hat uns sehr gefreut und danke nochmal, dass ihr dabei wart.
See ya.